Hey, I've been rereading Fables, and I've gotten everyone's character down except for Dimit. I have no idea who he'd be right now. But
It seems to
Joel,
be one of the ongoing.
You have a problem, Brendon.
well, Joel, you're definitely Geppetto, and
Is Geppetto a
Geppetto.
pedophile?
no, he's the guy who creates Pinocchio, and I don't want to tell you in case I ever make you read the book, but basically he does something to fix a problem and it comes way out of control and he becoming the ruler of a nation because of it.
So you're calling me Adolf Hitler?
Sure, yeah, we'll
You read
draw
the comic and
comparisons there.
decide for yourself. And Jelly is definitely
What was that about Jelly? Go on.
he's
Do it, say it.
definitely the cuck of the comic.
Oh my god. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Handsome Jacks podcast. As always, I'm your Canadian host, Joel Diane, now with webcams. Woo. Even though it's ghetto as hell. Joining me today, we have the lovely Connor Jelly, 10 years Kelly.
I'm back.
Oh,
In full, in his normal attire.
Yeah, I wear this pretty much on a daily basis, and I do not wash it, but like once, twice a
Ew.
year.
Probably smells like spunk.
really seals in the flavor then.
We have the return of the greatest cuck in the world, Brendon, everyone's favorite Viking.
I'm back, bitches.
He didn't sleep through it this time, except he's gonna have to leave for work towards the end of it because he's that much of a cuck.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, someone had to have coronavirus.
Yeah. All right.
Oh shit.
And
we go with that.
and we have just Austin Dimmitt. He doesn't get a fancy title today.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's looking like Bravo 6 going fucking dark in here on my end. Then Jelly had to one-up me on that, too. I can't have anything on this pod, really.
Jelly,
I can't have a single unique thing.
I gotta say, even with your furry outfit, you
Go ahead and
still
turn it
look
off.
like Rob Schneider from 51st Dates.
Fuck me.
Did we? I gotta look it up again.
Dude,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
Oh my
In-
god.
In our wedding photos, you can see me comparing him with a picture.
Yeah, even the camera guy was like, "Yeah, I could see that."
He's like, I need to take a picture of this.
Was it a mugshot? I think it's a mugshot.
It looked like a mugshot.
Oh, it's too good, man.
All right. Well, we are returning for the second roundup, the second series of the Anime Club, where we delve deeper into anime series. I didn't describe that we were doing that in the first episode, so we're going to be doing 6 different shows. 5 of them have been decided. 1 of them is still undecided. And if you want to potentially decide that, reach out on Twitter. And if we all agree, then maybe your suggestion will be used. This week we have...
So you're not getting it anyway. Don't even send them in.
They're picky bitches. This week we have Inuyasha. I can't English today.
Gosh,
Well, it's not English, so that
No,
doesn't
let him
work.
do it. I want to hear him say it.
Inuyasha.
Hey,
There you
Oh,
go.
you spoke American. You did
Don't-
it.
My Canadian dialect is fucking with me, all right?
that's all right.
Which was Jelly's pick, because he's, a furry.
I
No,
don't
because I'm
know
a simp for my
why
girlfriend,
you didn't pick
and
this
she
in the
loves the
first
show
season.
so much. She watched it religiously as a youngster, and
I've watched
It's a good show, so
the whole series
I've
before.
Yeah.
never seen it before
Same.
this, so I was going into it as fresh as anybody.
I didn't remember half of what happened in the first season, but I know all the I remember all the spoilers that happened later in the show. So that was interesting. Honestly, this I was not expecting this pick from you, Jelly. I was not. I was expecting another weird one.
Another trash
this-
here.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like common middle of the road shonen back in the day. This was not what I was expecting.
Well, I gotta reel it in a little bit, right?
You get
Yeah,
rid of the
if you
trash
would have
brain.
picked this last season, you would have won an episode.
That's true.
Maybe,
but
yeah.
But
am I
then we
trying
wouldn't
to-
have got the wonderful character that we have today.
Yeah, standing right in front of us.
Yeah.
What-
Yeah.
I'm actually sitting down.
So where's the bodies, Jelly?
Silence.
Ugh.
As your lawyer, Jelly, don't answer that.
I don't have any bodies.
Gotcha.
What did everyone think of the series? Because I don't think it aged as well as I thought it would.
I still loved it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I this is someone with like a clean perspective. I'd never watched. I think I'd watched one episode of it, and I just like it was. One of my college roommates was watching it, and I watched 1 to 2 episodes midway through it. Didn't think I'd like it. Came back. I actually do enjoy the show quite a bit, considering. I mean, I burned through over 10 episodes in one sitting. That was partially on a time crunch, but I did enjoy while doing it. So
I feel you on the
show
time
definitely,
crunch.
works better if you're eating, like consuming it over a longer period of time, like a few episodes a night. I say it would be a better pace. I really enjoyed it. I was kind of goofing on it the first episodes because I was like, this is pretty stereotypical, shonen anime. But I think halfway through the season, it really starts hitting its strong points and it has some really good pacing, some really really nice episodes.
Yeah.
When it actually, starts having fights and it isn't just yelling Kagome.
Yeah, and sit boy.
Oh, that's probably
Yeah.
your kink.
that was pretty rough at the beginning.
Did you also
The
sit
cringe
down?
meter was rolling.
I also don't like how it's one of those shows that has to constantly, because new people tune in every week. They have to reference everything that happened in the previous episodes. They spend 5 minutes recapping everything. I'm like, okay, we know all this. Like halfway through the episode, they're like, my family lives in a shrine. We're like, we get it.
Yeah, it is annoying. I usually just skip that shit, honestly.
Every beginning of the episode feels like a Disney beginning. Like, hi, I'm a princess, and this is my dad and my mom and my 3 brothers.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And there I am sitting there on Netflix. I'm like, it's been 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I don't need a recap.
I've been watching this for 4 hours straight. Stop fucking telling me.
Definitely from the era before all the binging crazes, because otherwise
Oh, yeah.
you'd waste so much time with that.
Am I the only one that feels like the power scales just don't make sense in the show? Because I'm like, so Inuyasha just kicked his brother's ass. His brother comes back and starts kicking his ass. No reason. They didn't train or anything.
I mean,
I just find that constant throughout the show. He throws out his back doing some little gag shit, or he can't move for a couple days. He'll get a boulder dropped on him, but yet he can, basically get fucking stabbed in the chest and not care.
I think it just depends on the level of focus you have.
Adrenaline level, bro.
you just don't understand, okay? You just
Yeah.
don't understand what's
Yeah,
going on during
stop
these
being a real
fights.
jelly and just
It's-
enjoy the show.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
why do the animals talk, Joel? Why do the animals talk?
Yeah,
Um,
I bet you had a really rough time with
Yeah,
that,
where you're
Jelly.
just like, I don't know why he has a tail.
Fucking
I don't get
fox
it.
opened his mouth and you're like, what the fuck did he just
I don't know
say?
why he turned into that weird balloon thing that
Oh yeah.
awkwardly shuffles into frame. It's like,
animating budget.
I suppose.
It has the same budget as us.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
Exactly.
So he's telling me
And
we
they
can
did a much
achieve
better
greatness.
job than we did.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are. They got a better track record than we do right now.
we're just lucky Dimit and Jelly always live in the dark.
Yeah.
I'll fix that for you.
No, we don't want to
No.
see.
I don't want to know
Dirty
what was in that
laundry
laundry basket.
Well, now I
we have
just
the
know
budget
that.
of every horror movie.
What actually? What was that movie that came out that was all based around the webcams, like the live chat?
Unfriended or something like that.
You would know that, of course.
Mhm.
Sorry, Jelly. I gotta lash out. I just gotta lash out. Yeah. Come on.
Jelly, what made you recommend this show?
My girlfriend just really loves it, and I knew it's a show that had enough clout that I really wanted to watch it and give it a fair shot.
But like this over Avatar or something that you really love? Like I'm a little bit confused here.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
But the rest of us haven't.
Brendon has.
Or dude,
Speak for yourself.
Okay, I've seen it, but
I've
I was
watched
just
that show.
expecting to do it
I've
again.
seen like
It's
bits
on
and pieces
Netflix.
of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen enough Avatar. They can get the idea. I love Avatar, but I wanted to experience something I hadn't seen, and so far I'm
get
really
that.
enjoying it.
He wanted furry, big Japanese swords and skimpy schoolgirl
There's like
outfits.
nothing barely furry about it.
Uh,
Inuyasha's like the only furry thing, and he's barely.
uh, yeah,
Yeah,
bruh.
totally.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
definitely.
Nothing.
gonna
Nothing.
jerk off to
Yeah.
this. What?
Nothing. Nothing furry. And what?
What?
Someone do it. Rule 34 Inuyasha.
On it. Oh, nope, that's my
This
work
isn't fun
laptop.
house.
Can't do it
Yeah.
on that.
You might not want to do that. Brendon, can you explain this this search on the 26th? Rule
got-
34 Inuyasha?
I got hacked.
Yeah, definitely. It's
My dog did it. He's a kink.
he's
a
into
Kinky
that shit.
motherfucker.
Your
So
dog's a kink?
What?
Never mind.
You know
Oh,
what? It's
boy.
funny though. Like
boy.
I make that joke, and I'm also the one that was like, "Hey, let's watch Beastars."
Yeah, I was gonna mention
I
at
know,
the start of the show,
Somehow
we've been
Brendon-
roasting Jelly,
Yeah.
but
Like,
you literally
Brendon
gave us
ducked
bird
right
porn.
under it. Like,
make the masturbation joke, and then was like, "Let's watch Beastar."
so guys, all right. I was telling you, I totally found Jelly in the fucking show.
Alright.
So
In Beastars
I
or
knew
Inuyasha?
I had some vibes getting thrown out. This fucking dude just wrapped up in shit walks in, and this princess is like, I just wanted to know what happened to like all the young, girls that are supposed to come over here. And he just fucking loses it and about kills her right there and just storms off. And I'm like, Jelly. Jelly, where's the girls at?
I believe my lawyer. What's Austin Bennett, my lawyer?
That's just
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
that's just gonna be Jelly snaps. We're just gonna.
So you're saying that I'm a reptile frog person?
Sure.
You're just gonna hear it on
Furries
the,
aren't
insert location news.
exclusively furry.
Yeah, they count. They count sharks and lizards.
As long as you have a tail, I think.
birds.
Birds have a
You don't
tail.
need tails.
They have like.
I'd say birds have tails. Frogs don't have tails. Well,
They do when they're little babies.
When they're tadpoles.
You trying to fuck a tadpole?
Stupid.
biology lesson. I would have never survived this.
Jelly,
No wonder
Jelly,
you
is,
didn't
is
call
your
it for
horn
8
that
years,
small?
dumbass.
Yes, it's all true.
Jelly's horn's so small, he's trying to
That's
fish
so
for
gross.
tadpoles with
I was
it.
about to say something really gross.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
go ahead, say it.
No.
If one were to have a
God.
sexual intercourse with a tadpole,
You murder it.
all they could do is just take their open your urethra and just kind of shove some down in there.
can we just censor the whole last 10 seconds of the pod? Just
I said I
completely
did not
black
want to
screen
say
it
So Joel, where are we getting kicked off now?
everywhere. Honestly, pod's canceled, boys.
So
All
I
right,
guess
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
turn the
start a
webcam off.
Patreon.
We're done.
You guys created this monster.
Shut it down. How do we create you? How?
Created me.
Yeah.
You encouraged me.
I mean, I know I broke your soul playing video games with you, but
My soul's broken.
I didn't encourage these habits.
So it's Joel's fault. Never thought
I'd go that way.
I'd see the day, honestly.
I'm not taking responsibility for this.
I won't apologize. I will not
What his dad
apologize.
said.
I will not.
God damn it.
So, Inuyasha.
Yeah, back
Let's
to what
talk
we
about
started.
some of those characters. Let's talk about some of the stuff we liked. And I think one of the first things we start about is characters. Inuyasha I thought was really annoying at first, and now I totally get it. His character itself is he's cocky. It's very stereotypical stuff. It's nothing groundbreaking, but I think the humor of the show really lands with me. Even if
Yeah,
it's
but he's really. I feel like they could have explained it quicker because he's really annoying until the late teens of the show. About his
So
reactions
you
and
mean
everything.
he's Naruto?
Yes.
Edge Lord.
And his brother is definitely not Itachi.
This is why I like so. Why can I not English today?
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
No. Je peux parler français. Est-ce que tu veux?
God.
Oh God.
This
fuck
is why I like
Brent.
Shishomaru, because he's an Itachi clone. This is why. Actually, I guess he was first, right? Is Itachi a
Yeah.
clone of him? Fuck.
What, Naruto cheated this?
I really liked his voice acting in the English dub. He had a really strong voice. Like everyone else has like kind of a cheesy kind of
Yeah,
voice. Whenever he's on screen, he just really oozes personality.
did everyone watch the English dub for this? No one
Yeah.
watched sub, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I train so on Netflix and also on the DVD version, like the regular subs they have are the Japanese subbed version, so you could hear the English dub while reading the Japanese subs at the same time. That's the way I consume most of the episodes.
Hmm.
So hold up, you consumed it with Japanese subtitles?
Yeah, but the English dub. Netflix had that version too. They have the English. They
What's
have the English dub subtitles, but they also have
He means
sub
dub
dub.
with sub with the sub.
So it has
Like
the
because English dialogue would be different than the sub dialogue, so he's got the sub dialogue
Okay, I understand what you're saying
subtitles,
now.
but then the
When you
English
first
dialogue.
said that, I'm like, is this motherfucker literally reading Japanese?
Yeah,
Like, what kind of fucking flex is this? Like,
that's,
the fuck?
he's not that smart.
I'm watching
Look
the
at this man in the
Japanese dub of
webcam. He is
English
not that
dub.
smart.
The guy who lost every episode last season can actually speak and read Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm
This
just not
this
much
is
an
his
anime guy,
redemption
so I
arc,
know- I know
alright?
Yeah.
fluent Japanese text.
Which would make Jake the worst anime watcher ever. Which I still get to him. Jelly might have lost every episode. Jake's still the worst.
I think you're
Yeah,
the
because
worst,
you
though,
literally
but
didn't understand half the fucking anime.
You've been
Yeah.
absent for 2 episodes that you're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the
everyone's-
biggest cuck in the room.
Honestly, just fighting for who could be the worst on the podcast, really.
This is Jelly's redemption
Is what it's
episode.
devolved into.
And then
It's
Joel would
Austin,
just.
Austin and Joel remain untainted so far.
I don't know about that. Brendon was pretty tilted by the O faces in initial D.
Ugh.
Anyway,
I had-
let's talk about Kagome as a character. Since we're
God.
supposed to be talking about the anime.
fucking hated her in the first couple episodes. I just fucking despised her. Every time she opened up, it was something stupid that could have just went without being said. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm like, oh my god, just shut up. But I mean, she's gotten better to where like she doesn't bitch and complain every 2 seconds or how are we
Mhm.
gonna get through this? I'm like, bitch, you just killed like 3 demons in the last 2 episodes. I think you're gonna be okay.
Yep.
But
She fucked up. She in that one scene where they're in like the mob, like there's the feudal era mob pretty much, and she's getting hustled for the Shikon jewel. She just chucks it at the woods.
oh,
She's
I
like,
know.
"Hey,
She loses the shit all the time.
out of
Like,
there." And
She's
then
like, I can find it
really-
again.
The way
After
she
she
chucked that
after
was like
her
Jake's
and
ex.
Inuyasha had an argument about it. Then that bird come and grabbed it, and then she fucking, oh, let me shoot an arrow, doom, and then just fucks it up by.
my favorite was like, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it when he swallows
all
it.
the Shikon jewels that got spread everywhere. She fucked up big time.
Yeah,
But
She never really owns up to fucking up too much either.
yeah,
I
because she just
mean-
blames it on Inuyasha.
Yep.
I mean, we
yeah,
put it this way: she went back into the well. She would have never came back unless shit hit the fan.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta fuck that world, you know.
Yeah, it was a real ex machina too. The way she came back, Came back without the jewels. Oh, there's a jewel at the bottom of the well. That means I can dig through dimensions with my hands to get back to it.
well, it's attached to her soul though, so she has and through her family, like the priest line and stuff, she's able to.
I understand that, but why could she never come back then, if it's attached to her soul?
Because the Shikon jewel has to be somewhat close to her.
That's some shit right there.
I kind of like how it doesn't have to be fully explained. Sometimes a magic system in a show like has a lot of specifics. This one like plays it more loose, and I'm okay with that because it's easier to consume. It doesn't. Need
I would also like to point out that her jewel detector rapidly gets better. Or very rapidly gets better. She's like, oh, some big shit's coming with the jewel in like the late teens. In like the first episode, she's like, what is that? I can see something.
Yeah, it's because she doesn't know what it is, Joel.
Yeah, it goes from I can feel something kilometers away to I can see something.
Well, it was fucking inside of her at the first episode, so.
Mhm.
Did I miss something there? Was there any particular reason the fucking orb was in her torso?
It just never explained.
She
Yeah.
fucking hit it, flies out of her. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's because it was burned with Kikyo's body, and then it just decided to reemerge with it, like her soul was rebirthed.
Attached to
And
I mean, yeah, like it makes sense now going back looking at it, but at the time,
imagine
I'm like,
this. Let's say that she's Link from the Legend of Zelda series.
it
And you know
does
how
nothing for me.
Link and Zelda get reincarnated.
Same.
Link and Zelda get reincarnated. They have the piece of the Triforce within them. It's like that with the Shikon.
You know what? I think the
But
best way
Do
to
any
describe-
of the three of us play Zelda?
No,
I'm assuming you guys have played at least a Zelda game.
Never.
no. The best way to describe her character arc is she starts off as the president's daughter from Resident Evil 4 and turns into Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite.
Oh my god, that's shockingly accurate, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, that's
Jelly,
pretty
just
good.
stop. You're
I had
creeping me
this.
out. Fuck.
All right. Well, since we talked about Kikyo a little bit, why don't we just? Does anyone like Kikyo?
Hold
Or
on.
just everyone
hold
just
on.
wanted to skip
I
that
hate
episode?
you. I hate you.
Jelly, just get back in the chair.
It
Fucking
puts the
weird.
lotion, or else he gets the hose again.
Would you fuck me?
I just know Jelly's having the time of his life.
I'd fuck me real
That's why I'm
good.
gonna let him do it.
I'm not having a good time.
I want you to be happy. That's why.
Joel's life, Jelly's life. I'm having a good time. What about you guys?
I'm just crouched here on the floor. You know.
I'm glad that we like brought in webcams to maybe take us to like the next fucking level, and then within the first 15 minutes, we've devolved into trash tier entertainment for
Yep.
probably the rest of our career.
Jelly, I expect you to wear a furry costume on every single episode you're on from now on.
You said I'm wearing this each episode.
You better be.
You know what, Jelly?
Watch.
Next time we do videos, I'll wear one.
Oh boy.
It'll
Actually,
slowly
I have-
just like zigzag through our webcams.
I think my girlfriend has another one that's about this size. So I'll switch it up.
Huh?
I'm not-
Somehow it's not surprising you have two of them.
She has an Umbreon one.
I'm not shocked.
Hers is Pokemon.
Oh.
Mine's just a pink alpaca.
Pink alpaca.
All right.
Yeah.
Does anyone like rip off Itachi?
Once again,
'Cause
that does
clearly
not
I
for
do.
me.
Oh, right, because you haven't watched Naruto.
I have, but it's like one of those like I got off the school bus and I went inside and I caught one random episode from like a season and a half in.
Yeah, your dad would just call you like gay, and then you'd be
Yeah,
like,
probably, yeah.
Dad.
That's pretty much it.
Sashomaru. Does
Oh,
anyone
you
like
got
him?
it. Yeah, he's dope.
Very.
I
cool.
think he's a somewhat enjoyable character. I just wish he wasn't so shrouded in mystery on how he knows everything. But you know.
You mean Itachi, but whatever.
I mean, at least they describe that he's a prodigy. There's literally no one that describes this dude as a prodigy.
Look at that
He's just like,
jawline.
I'm
of course,
God.
he's a prodigy.
I am God and you are my disciples.
Joel, I think
Except
he
God
knows
gets his
more
arm
about-
cut off and his shit kicked in.
Yeah.
Well, he's a full-fledged demon, which probably and he's close. He's probably got closer relationships with Inuyasha's dad, so he knows more about like the Tetseiga and some of the other like relics and other powers and stuff that he doesn't know. Especially because Inuyasha was impaled to a tree for 50 years, so in that time, there's probably a lot of shit that he was studying up on. Same with the. I guess Austin didn't really get to this part to meet. Oh, what's the guy's name? The villain. At
The monk?
end. No,
No.
the villain. And the one that starts at the end.
Naraku?
Probably
Naruto.
not. Really, I was at like episode 15.
Yeah, I think you get introduced to him in a couple episodes from there.
Yeah, but you get the idea of like they say his name I think earlier on, but he doesn't appear.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
so
don't know what it's about.
so
For
him and Naraku had some time to investigate and get their plans in motion.
Except for the fact that he probably spent 100 years looking for the motherfucking tomb of his dad. Can't find it.
he sure the hell like for having studied all that time didn't quite realize he was going to get his ass kicked when that fucking sword came out.
That is
Kind
cool
of a little bit of a misplay if you if you ask me, but
I mean, he eventually gets a good weapon, but I don't even know if that happens in the show. That might be an
I
manga.
honestly did not know there were 7 seasons of the show.
Dude, it
I
was
knew there
really
was a decent
popular.
amount, but I didn't know there was 7 seasons. I looked at my holy shit.
I'll even spoil it for Austin. Later on in this season, Shishomaru actually gets a hold of the Tetsaiga
Ooh,
because he gets a replacement arm. He gets a human arm with a Shikon jewel
Yep.
embedded within it by the enemy.
the little dude.
Naraku,
Yep.
yeah, gives him the
Yeah, it's
arm,
Naraku.
and so he starts fucking up Inuyasha, and that's a really good episode. That I think that's easily like
I
those like few episodes right there are some of the best of the season. Easily, the framing, it was just constant action, constant like big moments. It was just I was really impressed with how much they could pack in an episode.
yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of how the show is going direction wise. I'm liking the newer episodes a lot more than like the first 5.
Oh yeah, the first like 20 are really bad compared to the later stuff.
So if it's getting better than it is now, then I'm all in.
Yep.
I'm
And
gonna
you get introduced to some decent characters like Shingo and some good Joe characters like was it Koga and some other people.
Who the hell's?
You won't find them for a while.
good joke
Oh yeah. I thought that was
No, I'm just saying good character. I'm saying a good Joe character is Koga.
Yeah, I don't know them. Yeah.
You don't.
Wait,
Oh,
is that the boomerang chick?
Shingo is the boomerang chick.
She's cool.
Koga is the wolf lover dude that wants to marry Kagome.
Wolf Lover.
Oh, see, I love that character. I've always, like, since being a kid, I thought he was dope.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, boy.
Whoa.
Yeah, like I said, I got a
Work.
team meeting right now, and I'm in the podcast.
Because he's trying not
What
to.
a fucking
he's trying to change his
hero.
ways.
What
he's
a
trying
hero.
to change his ways.
Fuck the
Does
job. You
anyone
don't need
like
money.
Shimpo? Or what's their opinion on Shimpo? Because I literally found him annoying constantly.
Let
He's
me double
just a good
check.
character. I
It's
like
the
the
fox.
backstory.
Okay,
I like
that's
the
what I
fact that
thought
his father, like that, he was like another like a in the line of like fox spirits, and his dad just got fucked up by some random demon. He's like, avenged him or whatever.
Do you really feel that way?
He can be annoying as all hell at times, but I did actually enjoy a couple of the comedic moments.
Fair enough.
Yeah, when he's just
I mean,
like, observing and
he's
joking
first
about
fox.
Inuyasha and Kagome's relationship. It's like I know you guys haven't aren't far enough to get it on. You haven't bathed together.
The one funny moment is where Inuyasha is sealed inside the little hut. And he transforms into a Kagome looking ass with the voice. And Inuyasha goes, Kagome? And he's like, I can cuddle with you if you want.
The trickster.
Yep. But he's worse fox because they actually get a better fox that I don't remember the name of that they use as a flying mount in the show. Starts with a K.
No,
I don't
Rara or
remember.
something.
Yeah, something like that.
How many fucking characters are there in this thing?
There's a lot.
How many you
Damn.
want me to go through?
No, that's
I don't remember
metaphorical
Kikyo's
question.
sister, like the old lady with the bow. I forgot her name.
What was it? It's Kade or something like that.
Or something.
Kade, I think is what it was.
Kikyo
Yeah.
was a cool character. I like how she's rebirth. And I did unfortunately know it was coming because Joe kept telling me that she's not gone forever, but I thought
She's literally never gone forever throughout the entire fucking
she's
series.
always gonna be there. But I like
Can't
how
get rid of the good ones.
I thought she was a strong personality. I like all the characters they've really introduced. I
Yeah,
don't have a problem with any
for
of them.
sure.
The side stories are nice. Like the one with the little kid who was dead and then was like playing tricks and like turning into an evil demon spirit. I thought that
The
was
evil little kid they should have let go to hell.
you should
That
have
fucking
child.
Dudes,
that
chick spent
episode.
2 years trying to murder her brother, and
That
they save
fucking
her from going
episode
to hell.
was a ride. Let me tell you. Like I literally at the end of it, I'm like, I don't know, should we just let her go to hell? Like,
Yeah, like that was my opinion. I was like,
like
let
I
the
don't
bitch
know.
go.
Like I get it, but like, shouldn't she be trying to kill like the mother and not her fucking brother?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, why is she trying to kill her brother instead of her mom? Like, the entire episodes with her are dedicated. I hate my mom, so I'm gonna kill my brother. Okay.
My brother did what I told him. Then I got pissed off at him, tried to kill him. Yeah.
It was my fault I burnt down the house, but I didn't think it was my fault.
Yeah, how do you forget? I love omitting that nice little bit of detail, like I practically did it, and then on top of that, I told him, don't tell mom I'm here.
Oops, I
Yeah.
left my scarf above this flame.
Yeah, above a stove.
Sounds like one hell of an insurance claim, let me tell you.
It's like even little kids know not to fuck with fireplaces. Like once they get burned once, they know not to fuck with it.
It was a really good prank though, if you think about it.
Just a prank, bro.
What a prank! Just a prank, bro. Don't worry about it. I don't know why you're getting all mad. Just a prank.
Just killed myself.
Yep, and threw my brother out a window and tried to kill him for 2 years. Almost killed my mom.
And injured a bunch of construction workers because they couldn't renovate that fucking apartment complex.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah, I like that episode a lot, but I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, this bitch is fucking crazy. Maybe she should just go to hell for what she's done. I don't know. I'm not here to argue.
Did you say so, Austin? Do you endorse sending children to hell?
All I'm gonna say is, would you have sent Hitler to hell if he was a kid? I think we found our answer here.
Spicy.
Hot take of the week.
Adolf in the past is just saying, if I have another time traveler going to come kill me, I'm going to go ahead and genocide a bunch of.
100%.
Mhm.
God damn it.
All right, do we want to move on to like soundtrack or something? Let's do sound and sound design soundtrack.
I'm guessing if you guys watched the Netflix version, you didn't actually hear the original opening theme.
I watched it on Funimation.
Did it play like that one cheesy like 90s? I want to change the world, something else.
I think I've seen both of them, and I wasn't a fan of either of them, honestly.
No.
They are both, like you said, quintessential, like 90s intros, where it's just
I
like,
liked it.
get all the characters in the intro, and it's
Doing random
yeah,
stuff,
like that's fucking
panning
it.
past them.
It shows you a lot of key moments in the show, which is nice.
Does it really though?
Yeah, it shows you a bunch of the stuff.
I don't need a hint about what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, they spoil a lot. Like they show off the characters that haven't been introduced yet. They spoil like plot points. They don't.
I mean that's anime intros in general.
I'm not a fan, and this is getting off topic, but I'm not a fan of how endings of anime back in the day were like, here's exactly what happens in the next episode. Come tune in to see what see it unfold. It's like, don't tell me don't tell me and then show me exactly what happens. I want to be somewhat surprised by the
Because
content.
people had to wait a week before they saw the
Yeah,
next one, man.
This is olden times, Jelly.
I know.
Say it like it was 50 years ago.
They had to give you a reason to tune into the next one.
Back in my day,
I consume cartoons so differently. We didn't.
Back in my day, the internet wasn't a real thing.
remember that Dragon Ball Z fights going on for literal days and weeks almost.
I think there's literally 3 episodes of him screaming and they get nothing done.
That's what I started watching it because once again that was another one. Like I came home, that show was on, like Cartoon Network or Toonami or whatever. I'd watch it. I'm like, oh, I actually want to sit down and watch Dragon Ball Z again. Jake's like, how much time you
Don't
got? I'm
do it.
like, oh, I got a decent amount of time. He's like, if you got a decent amount of time, you're watching Kai. You don't have time for the regular series.
Yeah.
I'm like, good, because I couldn't handle the filler. I don't think I could.
Did anyone notice they reuse a bunch of sound design for slashes and things
Oh
that
my
aren't
god, it's like
slashes?
the most generic shit I ever heard. Like the what was like the Oni monster, the
Yeah.
big one. That like literally just generic Godzilla shit. Just like there you go, that's it. I'm like, oh my god, there's not a unique sound in this whole show.
Yeah, I mean, literally almost half of the sound effects were basically the same thing, played in different pitch or cut out in different sections. And I was like, okay. And I swear to God, if I have to listen to Iron Reaver Soul Slasher or whatever the fuck it was, him scream that one more time.
Clearly, you haven't heard it enough if you don't have it memorized.
No, I just wanted to blank that out of my memory. It's like the worst name I've ever heard for a fucking attack, and he says it constantly.
Wind tunnel. Oh no, there's bees nearby. Like there always is because it's just fucking
Insert Nick Cage beats.
Not the bees. My favorite thing, he gets cut. I'm like, the motherfucker's gonna do the blood attack. Like, yeah, and he's gonna do it again, and just the way he goes, I'm like, yep, whatever. He's like a 2-trick pony at this point in time, but
get some
He
more.
doesn't really change.
I'm all right with it.
Spoiler. Is anyone actually gonna continue watching the show? Do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna at least put some time into it. It's got 7 seasons. That's a little bit of a turn off because if I'm not 100% committed, that's a whole lot of episodes. But
I know a bunch of like the shit that happens in general, so I probably won't rewatch it. But it's decent. I'm really not a fan of the ending, but let's be real, anime endings in general are pretty garbage.
Plus,
So.
there's still the movies and stuff that came after it, and there's actually a sequel series that's coming out right now.
What?
Yeah, they're like 3 episodes in now. With
What
that,
was the name of the series?
I'm not sure, but if you just search Inuyasha sequel series or something, you'll find it. And it's like with their children, so it's like Inuyasha and her child.
It's literally called
I don't
Inuyasha's
know.
sequel.
I
Apparently, it's called Inuyasha's sequel. Oh no, it's Yashime or something like that.
yeah
Princess Half Demon.
yeah.
Princess Half Demon.
That's legitimately the name of the
Oh, they
show.
got really creative with the fucking naming
They
scheme
have
here.
all the same characters, but I think they're focusing more on the new generation, but while keeping Inuyasha and stuff in like the backdrop. So it's still a show about him, but more about his offspring.
Yeah, it really is. What is with the revival of old Japanese shows, man? We're getting like a Bleach, like 10 years after the fucking manga ends, we're getting a Bleach or anime ends, we're getting the Bleach final season. Like, man, this is just a weird time. We're getting an Inuyasha sequel. Baruto is somehow a fucking thing, and some weird
Because
shit going on.
it's a lot easier just to rehash old shows and
Yeah.
possibly
Well,
drag
people
them
are
through the
too
mud.
in for it. Why
Oh
not?
god, it totally involves Koga's kid as well. That's totally Koga's kid.
It's gonna
These
be
designs
it's definitely
are
one of
not
those
well.
shows that you could tell everybody's kid without even anything being explained, isn't it?
Is their
Like
hair
you-
color the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like,
It's better. So it's silver with a red strand. Like one red chunk of hair, and then the rest of his hair is silver.
wow, looky there.
Yeah. He doesn't. Oh wait, hang on. It doesn't look like he has ears though. There's a character that has ears though.
I'll just say, Joel, if you like the original series, I would just go ahead and start watching it. I think they explain a lot of the stuff over because it's not like the show's it's not new ground for this sort of show.
I mean, fair point.
You could probably start watching it if you wanted to. I like the
Fair
2 episodes I saw out of context without having seen the rest of the original series. I was like, okay, there's all these characters and they're all doing a bunch of shit.
I'll probably more likely see clips of it and then potentially watch it later if I see a cool clip I like, but I probably won't watch anytime soon. Back to the actual series we're talking about. How do we enjoy the setting that it was set in between feudal Japan and like modern Japan and the whole well between worlds? Like, I actually think that's a cool idea.
Yep,
Other
I
than the
agree.
fact that the well doesn't get abused more than it should, but
Yeah.
in terms of it's
Yeah.
the only access point to the world. And
I like how
to
it wasn't the stereotypical, oh, I got to go back, so I'm going to have to like sneak away from my house every other episode and go back in, and then I'm going to have to make up some random bullshit. I love how they're just out in the open, like, yeah, I'm going to this other world. See you, Mom. I'll be back in like 2 days.
I love how her family is cool with it too, because it's not the traditional anime freak out,
Yeah, like
hide it from the parents thing.
then you're going to be
They,
sneaking away. And
they just deal with it in the first few episodes. Like, yep, this is a thing. It exists. Cool. All right. More shows need to do that.
really seem to give a shit. It's like, yeah, you could just die in feudal era, war torn, demon ridden territory, but you'll be back for supper once in a while.
Send a ninth grader in there. She might lose her virginity in feudal era Japan, but we're not worried about that.
I love how Joel, that's really a key point for Joel. He's really in on that point.
Yeah. Are you starting to turn into my character, Joel? we have set boundaries.
Dude, welcome to our podcast. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we're
We're
on
all
so
good
many goddamn
people,
lists for this show.
Joel, I don't know what's wrong with you.
All right, Davo, shut the fuck up.
I was just thinking about concern and the fact that her grandpa has to make up a bunch of like ailments for her. I thought that
Oh,
was
I do love that. Literally like 15 different ones by like
that
the
is
4th
funny.
episode.
You have gout, syphilis, and you have also got.
That's one of the funnier gags in an anime I've seen in a long time.
And then her boyfriend, like her crush, is like, here's therapeutic sandals, for your gout.
For the bunions, actually. Get it fucking right, Jelly.
You read
Man, you'd think
subs.
you think he would learn that he probably shouldn't bang this with all the fucking ailments and diseases that this bitch apparently has. He just keeps going.
See, Joel's thinking about banging again. Why can't you have a wholesome dating relationship, Joel? What's wrong with you?
What? Okay. All right, Joey. I ain't even gonna engage in that one. You're fucking
Oh
special.
my god, the bait and switch. God. Brings a tear to your eyes. Beautiful. I mean, what else do we have? So we've got
I just keep seeing Brendon do his job.
I know, you can see he's working because the life is just sucked out of him. He's a fucking shell of a man.
No, he's engaged.
Well, I mean,
He's getting shit done.
yeah.
I'm not gonna. Maybe we should just blur out his. We don't want to see him at work.
That's work, man. I might just throw a black plate over it.
They're just,
Or I might not. I might just
fuck
leave him
it.
there because he's a
Joel,
giant
here's what
cuck.
you gotta do. You throw up a crude drawing of Brendon in the moment.
Yes. Fucking take a picture, just Photoshop that shit. Just throw a
Nah,
filter on
dude,
it.
just crayon.
No, I was thinking just paint MS Paint, which is now
Yeah.
on. They deleted MS Paint from computers.
Nice.
Shit.
God damn it. What else? I mean, we did intro.
MS
Did-
Paint animation.
You're really
Let's
stuck
talk
on
about
this,
the
aren't you?
Style.
Animation. Ooh. It's actually pretty well animated for the time. They use a lot of recycled frames, but every show back then did.
I
So,
mean, the fuck. When did this show actually come out? This show came out.
it's old.
Like 96. Somewhere
Is
up there.
Is it 96?
Might be older than that, actually.
It is 2000 actually.
I was ready to say, I looked it up, and it's
Came
not
out
that
in-
old.
It's 2000 to 2004, so it should be better animated than it is then.
I'd say, I mean, it's not exactly a fair assumption.
I thought
Trigun came out in what, 96?
Yeah.
And I'd say Trigun generally looks the same, if not better than it.
I think it looks better.
Yeah,
I think they do a better job of expressing movement. In this show, it looks like they
God,
almost do the Naruto like skip where they just like teleport
there
in the
was
show, and I'm like,
There
I think
was
they do a
one
really good job
part
framing though.
as they were sneaking into that castle and everyone was like asleep and hypnotized or whatever.
Yeah.
I swear it was running at like 6 frames a second, maybe. It was like I literally had to like toggle my Netflix. Like, have I got like low signal or something? It looked fucking horrible. But that's just being nitpicky. So overall, I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, animation is pretty solid. I don't think they painted scenes very well a lot of the time. Like, even if they didn't want to do great animation and they do that fucking Naruto, like, just teleporting characters bullshit, they didn't do a good job of building where the scene, like, locations where the scene was happening. I don't think so. You didn't really know where anyone was located.
I was going to say, I'm trying to think of like scenes that happened that were Jesus, Jelly, someone's in your house.
I don't think there was
Sorry,
anything.
I couldn't
atrociously bad.
resist. It literally just so my biggest like pet peeve is that most of the episodes happened, and at the end of it, it's like, did it happen in the same exact area that the started in? Because it's all the same, just trees,
Yeah.
a river. Like the only thing that really sticks out is when they went to get the sword. Other than that,
Well, I will admit a lot of the villages they go to in the show too are very similar. Like I would get confused that the village that the Shikan jewel came from looks exactly identical to the village that Kikyo lived in, and that Inuyasha and they travel to. There is not very many like diverse locations unless they go indoors somewhere.
They also
It's-
never talk about distance.
They don't, and I think that's a relatively okay. I mean, they're just exploring around.
I mean, there's only so much distance you can go before it's like, holy shit, we gotta travel a long way to get to the next shard. Like,
Yeah.
does everyone go closer to the well once they get a shard? Like, I don't know, maybe. But
Travel for several days. Like they travel like a few days at a time in each direction. So eventually, they go, they explore a new area each time.
I guess I guess there's another thing with scale and like in terms of building location. I just don't think they did a good job.
Also, Inuyasha is like jumping fucking like large ass distances. If they run it,
running, man.
if they want to make some distance, they can.
Man, the more I think about this, the more this is the fucking predecessor of Naruto.
Yeah,
Honestly.
you said
Wait,
like
when
running.
did Naruto come out? Now I gotta figure this out.
Came out around the same time, but I'm pretty sure Naruto started.
Naruto came out in 2007, so 3 years after the anime finished.
Naruto started after.
Yeah, after
I
Inuyasha
thought
finished.
The original Naruto started in 2007.
Oh wait, hang on. I think it might give me the wrong Naruto.
I was gonna say Shippuden sounds like it started in 2007.
Yeah, I
How
think
many
they get
Narutos we got here?
2002. So this came out. Naruto started in the middle of this airing.
Surprising. Huh.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm just. Do we want to enter spoiler territory and talk about some of the dumb shit that happens in the show? I mean, I know
we've
Dimmit's
already
not.
hit
Well, anything that
spoiler
happens after
territory.
season one, I do not.
I mean,
And I'm not like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you said this happens like 45 episodes later. I can't watch this.
I will
actually,
I don't want you
Yeah.
to spoil anything that happens after season one because I am gonna watch this pretty regularly with my girlfriend. So
Shit.
Don't ruin this for me.
don't ruin it for me.
Shit.
Don't tell me.
I really want to talk about Sesshomaru's sword
I will get. You know what? You tell me. Austin will get.
because I need to tell Austin how stupid the sword is.
Go ahead. Wave me
Why
on.
is it like OP?
Okay, so Inuyasha's sword, the Tech Saga, right, kills 100 demons in one stroke.
Wow.
Shisomaru's sword, they're left for them,
No.
heals 100 people with each swing.
Ah!
Jesus. All right, yeah, so his sword heals 100 people with the swing of the sword, which makes no fucking sense. And the reason that he did that is legitimately to teach them a lesson. One should be violent and one should be less violent.
Explain which part.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah. Shisomaru gets fucking tired of the bullshit, makes his own fucking sword called the box saga or something like that, which is brokenly overpowered and literally
Hell yeah.
better than any weapon they have in the entire sword. And he crafted it out of his fucking arm that he reappeared into existence.
Or they could.
So it's just that easy.
No, this is Cuck's
Yep.
collection.
See,
We took it from his garage.
I'm just gonna stop that right there. Wave this dumb shit fucking back.
I think.
Alright, well, apparently he is what come back. Jelly's done.
Jelly, you coming back, babe? Come back. There we go. It worked.
Hey, it worked.
Spoilers happen, so
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, I just talked about the dumb shit with Shisomaru. Don't worry about it. And the dumb swords in the fucking show. And the dumb boomerang that you're gonna see soon.
The dumb boomerang is actually.
fucking hate boomerangs. They are really like the worst fucking. I don't understand how boomerangs somehow got like thrown into like a weapon category.
Oh
Like-
my god, you're gonna fucking hate this character.
Like it's a fucking wooden stick. I'm not saying you can't like whip them hard and it can't fuck someone up, but jeez, I mean,
Look, the
Is it-
name I just put in the Zencaster chat. Look
Yeah.
that up. Look that up.
okay,
You're about to witness the glory.
it's fucking huge,
most
isn't it?
fuck
I
off
can already
boomerang
tell.
character you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's ginormous.
Oh my god! Look at the fucking size of that lad.
That thing slices demons up.
She
Yep.
looks like a
Some-
character out
somehow
of like
that can
fucking
slice
Mortal
demons like a
Kombat.
blade.
Honestly,
Honestly, you're right. Straight out of Mortal Kombat.
I don't understand.
Yep. And that kills. That's a
You
tier
know
one
what?
weapon
I will.
for killing demons. That's
I
a
will
tier one
give-
weapon for killing demons.
I will give her a break for that. That is a weapon. I don't care what I said earlier. That fucking thing is a weapon.
That is a unit.
Yeah, that is an absolute unit. And I would not want to be hit by that.
Fair enough.
Let's
No, I
move on.
mean,
We have to talk about on the D scale, which we haven't really even given
we
out.
went into the D scale a little bit.
A little bit. Well, we want to do ratings since we've talked through a lot of this stuff.
Well, I
We can
figured
do some ratings.
give a rating at the end. We could do a rating at the end, maybe. To sum up.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to.
Well, what else? What else do we have to talk about other than ratings? Do
General
we have any more
dialogue.
points? Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
think with-
Oh, that's a good point. We did not talk about the dialogue and how it's a fucking brick wall at times.
It is. It's very much a victim of the sometimes shit just has to be said, otherwise the viewer won't get it. And I'm like, I fucking get it. Anyone who's got a set of eyes can see what the fuck's happening. You don't got to say it.
When they say
That-
he will no longer be able to use the Saiga, it's like no shit. You know,
Like some
You-
shit's nice to have that because you're like, oh, I don't really exactly understand how certain things work. God,
That's
there's
the entire Flea characters thing. It's just to say shit that doesn't
Hey.
need to be said.
Flea character MVP though, because otherwise, literally half of the characters wouldn't survive because they themselves can't figure anything out.
It's true.
and every time they're
So-
ready to actually contribute a fight, then their counter comes into play. Like Shippo will like do something small to help out, and he'll get fucked up. And then like the monk dude, he'll go to use his ability, and it's like, oh no, the insects of course are around the fucking corner. Every single fight now has insects, so he's just useless. So it's
Yep.
Inuyasha, and then sometimes Kagome to come in clutch.
You put an OP ability in, and they're immediately going to figure out a way to counter it and basically make it useless.
My
I like that he's a strategist. He literally knew that he was going to be a problem in the future. So he's like, I have literally an ex machina to help me out every single fight. Take this hive of things.
Yeah, I mean, what the one's a super powered priestess that's reincarnated Jesus. The other one's a half demon from that's the son of one of the strongest demons that ever exist. The other one fights with a boomerang.
Brandon's about to get beat.
Fire turns into a
You got a fox. That's about it.
Oh, man.
Oh God, he's back.
Brandon,
He's
someone's in your
alive,
house.
Dude, it's been
Oh.
It's straight up
Damn,
mess.
you're the only one who's alone.
So the meeting started, no one talked, and then like everything's just gone off the rails.
I'm
Was-
ready to say I could tell you're working because I could see the soul just leaving your body.
Dude,
Mhm.
I've
By
had to
the
call
minute.
in so much.
Well, you know what? We'll leave the floor open to you. What do you want to criticize about the show since you've been gone for a while, buddy?
It's still cringy rewatching it.
Yeah.
There's a couple cringe moments.
There's a lot of cringe moments.
But
The humor falls pretty flat now.
yeah, it was
There's a
better
couple
as a
good
kid, but I
ones,
still
but-
enjoy it since it was like a childhood thing.
Nostalgia.
Yeah,
It's a hell of a drug.
un momento.
Oh boy.
And he's gone.
Humor always,
And back to the prison.
I don't think the humor always got translated right. So I looking at and that's the benefit of seeing the original dub subs. Like you hear the English dub while you are reading the subs as they're meant to be in the Japanese version. So there's a lot of details they leave out of the English version. Like they'll attribute stuff to drinking, and they mention more sexual things, or the jokes just are different. So I feel like when you watch it with both of those things added together, you get a little bit more of the story.
Gotcha. I can see
I
that.
think some of the weaker humor moments to just mistranslated, or they're trying to like tame it down for a younger audience because damn, the show gets pretty dark, and this was shown to kids, so some episodes weren't even allowed.
Yeah, dude, I remember watching this on Adult Swim as a kid, like catching the odd episode and being like, yeah, this is some fucked up shit as like a little kid. Like this is a lot of blood and gore, even though it wasn't well animated. But you know.
Here it
Hi, Jory.
Oh,
Oh
I knew
my
it. I
god.
fucking knew it.
Got the
I'm
absolute-
concerned, but at least it's the quality Pokemon
Like I
choice.
said, we have video evidence now. Jelly, be careful. You can't pull off some stunts anymore.
No stunts.
No stuff.
Occurred before, but you guys refuse to believe me.
I mean, you don't just say something like that out of context and expect us not to distrust you.
Well, I
Out
thought
of-
my microphone was off, so that's something I would say in context to a relationship.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back alive. Don't worry. You just missed witnessing something glorious. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it was great. It really was.
Yeah. It really was.
I hate work.
My furry, we were gifting.
I should say, when when I was sick that like week, Joel, and you're like, Brendon, what's your show? I was so out of it that I didn't realize you were asking about anime. So my show is not anime.
You're not the only one, all right? If it makes you feel better,
No,
there's
I
another
asked.
retard in the group. There's two other retards in the
I
group.
asked him, "No, I do it. Does it have to be anime?" And he's like, "Well, no." I'm like,
No.
Good, because
That's why it was a show.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do it. I want something different.
Yeah.
Because the last time I remember talking to you, we were talking about like everything, and then I hated everyone that was talking to me while I was sick, so I just threw out a show. Or no, I thought first you were just talking about like what topics should we talk about.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Witcher. Then you're like, Witcher. I'm like, fine, Fargo, whatever. Just stop talking to me. And then you're like, oh, we're all doing anime. So I might need to reverse my pick.
It's
we
fine.
could we could shuffle some picks because if it's gonna
We
turn
can
into a
shuffle.
whole
I
anime,
haven't revealed any of the picks anyway, so
Okay.
we can shuffle stuff.
Okay.
I still need to organize the exact thing of that, but
Need to add
Do you-
more calendar dates so I can show you my work schedule because I wasn't gonna edit more, but you didn't add any more Google Docs.
fair enough. This can all be stuff talked outside of the goddamn podcast
No.
time.
no,
All
I
right.
was gonna call you out, sir.
Well, I
the,
just
the
thought it'd be funny
listeners
if
are
everyone-
involved.
I just thought the listeners would love how much of a shit show I've been today, since they're just gonna watch me talking to someone off cam.
I think I'm just gonna paint you with crayons while you're
That-
not here.
That's what we agreed
You just
on.
have the Windows startup screen.
Can I get the startup noise in there as well?
You can have
Yeah.
default.
All right, boys, let's spend an hour. Let's get into ratings.
What do you want to do? Do we want to do like individual, or do we just do an overall 1 out of 5?
Let's do individual. Let's go through the D scale
Oh,
again.
fuck me! I gotta pull up the D
Um,
scale.
Yes,
You should
because I can't pull it up right now.
It's based off of you.
Yeah, I mean, Jelly
Yeah,
wanted the J scale, but the Jelly scale, but that one was vetoed by the rest of the group. I don't know if I told you that or not, Jelly.
I don't think it, but I
Joel,
I think
Joel, this is
minority
something that could be taken
just-
off podcast.
Well, at least that's one of the scales, and damn, it's pulling something up.
All right,
So,
so I got it pulled up. We got story, characters, sound, and art. That we just want to roll in story. 1 out of 5, 1 being bad, worse than the genre, 5 being fantastic, poster child of the genre as a whole.
3.
Yeah, 3 being good.
solid 4 on this one, boys.
Yep, 3 on that.
All right, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad.
Next, we've got characters. Me personally, I'm gonna have to go. I'm really torn. 3 or 4. I'll probably roll with the 4. I actually did enjoy the characters quite a bit.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because of how goddamn annoying some of the characters are at the start.
Yeah, I agree that way.
Some of the characters I'm not a fan of
I
and
want
seem pretty useless.
to say a 3 for the initial impression, but I have a feeling that my initial impression is going to go away, and I'm not going to care as much over time, so I'll give it a 4.
I'm going to give it a 3 for this season because they are all cringy and
Okay.
they get better. But for this, what we watched, I'm going to have to give it a 3.
Gotcha. Keep in mind when I did with what we've watched, I ended up losing a week.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Chief.
well, you also have Jake, who you should have won.
I
But also,
crossed him.
we also make fun of Jake for that. But then there's Joel being Palpatine.
Yeah,
in our ears
that is
like,
just on brand for Joel though. Is fucking
let
with.
him win. Keep the streak.
I don't even want Brendon to win, but I need him to win.
Joel's just like keep the bloodline pure.
Jesus. All right. Sound. Oh fuck.
Oh,
1.
oh.
The
I'm
sound
gonna go-
design is
I'm gonna
so
go
bad.
2 for the time.
I'm
2
giving
for the
it
time.
2.
It's average for like that.
If I have to hear another Kagome,
Like,
fuck, so bad.
I'll give it a 3 because some of the character themes, like Kikyo's theme, are really good. Some of the motifs for some of the characters are good, so I'll give it a 3.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna point this out. When you hear Kagome get yelled, listen to it. It's literally the same fucking voice clip, no matter what context it's in. It's literally the same fucking Kagome. You're welcome
I
for
don't know
ruining
why
every
I
time you hear
expected
that
it.
now.
Well,
Any
great. I
different.
guess I'll never rewatch this again.
Also, every
Just-
Sit Boy is always said in the same tone except for like once.
Yes.
And Jelly loves it.
I fucking hate when
You
like
say sit, I'll go.
I felt like that was unnecessary, but I'll take it anyway, Jelly. As long as
He's
you're
our
having a
Dane
good
Cook
time.
of the show.
I'm having a great
Yep.
actor.
Talk about cringe. I mean, anywho,
FBI, open up!
that should have been honestly the beginning as well.
I will go back. That was
Fuck it. That would have been funny.
You can just
Alright.
do that post editing.
Art. Oh yeah, can we get that in post? Art.
I'll give it a
3. Average.
It gets better though, I'm sure. But
I'll give it a 3 for the time.
Yeah,
Also 3.
I'll do 3 for the time.
I don't think there's anything to bitch about, but I don't think there's anything to write home about. So I think
Overall,
it's solid.
kind of sounds like we're middle of the road. 3 good overall.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds like your average shonen show. Let's be real.
It's a pretty good show.
kicked
I
ass.
mean-
I liked it. I'll give it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I enjoyed it.
I'm looking.
I would. I don't know if I'd recommend. Would you guys recommend watching it to someone though?
Yeah.
I don't recommend most shit unless it's like god tier, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, let's
Because
be
I
honest.
recommend it to someone who's not as
well,
into
like
anime.
Really?
For younger kids.
I think you have to be hardcore in anime to recommend this to someone.
I'd recommend it to Jake. Well, he probably wouldn't like it. It's too much like Star Trek. He'd probably say.
The time traveling is like getting beamed down, and it
Yeah,
just,
They go from point A to point B.
God
They
damn
there's
it,
a lot
Jake.
of travel.
something.
Are you sure you're not the buildup of all this salt? I just poured a bunch of salt in the trash can.
Well,
earlier.
to be honest, Jake probably wouldn't even watch it and then review
It just spark notes it, dude.
Literally just throwing him under the bus.
it.
I love it.
Well, apparently
Alright.
he talked shit about Witcher last episode, so it's
Yeah.
only
Oh, he
fair.
talks all the shit.
Yeah.
It's
we-
because he
we-
can't play a video game that's more than 5 hours and can't read the books. 'cause he's
Can't
sick.
read. I should have left there. Can't read. Alright. So that's pretty much it.
We broke
Mhm.
it. I'd say we pretty much hit all the bases.
All right.
Stuff.
Well, thank you for listening and potentially watching the Handsome Jacks podcast. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, I appreciate it. You can get the information about what we're doing down on Twitter. Please go follow at Handsome Jacks on Twitter. It's the Handsome Jacks podcast on YouTube, and it's the Handsome Jacks on Twitch. Also, we're podcast available on literally everything but Pandora because of me and Brendon.
As of now, maybe
Hell yeah.
not in a week or two. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how this turns out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Apple will yell at us, but they haven't yet, which is surprising.
I don't know. If Two Bears is allowed on there, we should be fine.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Apple has low standards.
Apple has high standards compared to every other place except for Pandora.
I'm not talking about podcasts. I just mean as a whole, they're low standard.
So next
I
week
don't
we'll let you know what Patreon we're on.
All right. I will probably be posting schedule for future shows in terms of what we're going to be doing on one episode. And like I said, if you want to affect the show, go give us some show recommendations on Twitter. And if only need one of the Jacks to say we're doing that show, it will happen.
Fuck, you know someone's gonna say something stupid. We'll do just about anything.
Well, it's good for the first fan that does it then.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, signing off. Peace out.
So yeah.